Good evening and welcome to the evening news. I am Olubumi Ajiboye Agbola. President Bola Tinubu has turned down a 942 billion naira proposal by the National Population Commission for the conduct of the National Housing and Population Census. The special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Mr. Bayo Odoga, in a statement titled Nigeria Moves Closer to Fresh Census, President Tinubu to set up committee revealed that after being briefed by officials of the MPC led by its chairman Nasir Para, the president promised to set up a committee to align the census budget to the government's present financial realities. According to the statement, the president insisted on cost-cutting measures but suggested the deployment of members of the National Youth Service Corps for the exercise. It noted that the president wanted the census to be conducted. He insisted that the cost must be reduced, as he affirmed that the National Identity Management Commission must be part of the review. The president added that government incentives such as the sale and distribution of fertilizers could be easily improved with more reliable data and demographics, adding that biometrics capturing should be central to the process with multiple identification features including facial and voice recognition. Meanwhile, government at all levels have been asked to be more inclusive by involving women in day-to-day decision-making of the governance. Chairperson, Nigeria Association of Women Journalists, Osun State Chapter, Mrs. Bisola Ariwodola, and Mrs. Fatima Ishola Oladele, the Osun State Chairperson, Nigeria Professional Association of Women Accountants, stated this while speaking with Osbc News on this year's International Women's Day. Both women pointed out that government should, as a matter of urgency, give more positions to the female gender, as their roles in the society cannot be overemphasized. They also called for women empowerment in order to enhance and strengthen their capacity to do more for the society.
Where we are supposed to spread love to our fellow women, we support ourselves, and to charge us that for the task ahead, we should be ready for access to equal rights, access to equal opportunity, access to empowerment, access to quality health care, and every other things that we need to survive in this present time. So this is a day that we make clarion calls that we are not forgotten, and it's also a day where we remind all stakeholders, particularly the government, on inclusion, that when we are saying that we are celebrating women, we should know that it is important to include women in all activities, especially in governance, that we say yes to women, yes to support of women, yes to education, yes to equal rights, yes to prevention of violence against women.
Women are very, very important in society, starting from home. When the home is good, society will be good, society will be better. The role of women cannot be overemphasized in society. In nation building, women are very, very important. And today, in this year's celebration that we are talking about, inclusive, we want our government to include women in decision making, to ensure we have, because women know how to manage resources. We know how to manage resources very well. Look at the amount you give a man normally give his wife for cooking. He will manage to the extent that when you come back and say you want to go, say this is what I have. How did you manage to do this? You say, we are women. We manage woman, capital, and resources of any type.
Christians have been admonished to seek and focus on God during and after the ongoing Lenten season in order to receive more blessings from the Lord. The Osun State Chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, Reverend John Adeleke, and Bishop Michael Adekeye gave the admonition after participating on Osbc Current Affairs program Saturday Morning Trace. The Doe spoke on this year's Lenten period and its significance, noted that for refreshing period to come from God, Christians should repent and refrain from sins, stressing that people should always maintain a good relationship with God. They emphasized that holiness must be the cornerstone of any Christian in order to be acceptable in the sight of God.
Christian in the States that is involved in this time should see that he has a very good relationship with God. We are born sinners, and sinners need to repent from their sin. If you are observing fasting and yet you are a fornicator, an adulterer, a drunkard, or a thief, or you are one of the Yahoo boy plus, or you have involved yourself in drug, or all those things, please, the best thing is that repent from your sin, give your life to Jesus, then your fasting will be acceptable before God. Some people felt that, well, within the 40 days, they will have a good relationship with God, and after the 40 days, they go back into their former life. That will not help you at all. Start a relationship with God now and continue a relationship with Him until Christ comes.
We should go beyond refrain from eating and drinking to focusing on our personal life. Before you go into fasting, abstaining from food, abstaining from water, the very first thing you should consider is, what is my standing with the Lord? Is this Jesus knows me? Do I have any relationship with Him? Am I born again? If you are not born again, you are not a Christian. So if you are not a Christian, you have no reason entertaining, fasting, and abstaining from water, except you want to pray for a God that you know. But if the purpose is that you are fasting because of this Easter period, it means you recognize that Jesus died, that Jesus resurrected, that Jesus is coming back to take the elect, and you are expecting Him to come and pick you one day. If that is the purpose, the very first thing to be considered is one's personal life. And as we are going into this, we should make sure that we maintain the life of holiness, not just for 40 days, but throughout our lifetime. It cannot be done carnally. It is only what can be done spiritually.
The priority given by Governor Ademola Adeleke to the welfare of retirees in Osun State is the talking point this evening on our weekly program Imole Ayo, which promotes the activities of the present administration in the state. Permanent Secretary Bureau of Public Service Pension, Mr. Adebayo Raji, is the guest on the program, which takes the air at 6:30. Listeners and viewers will have the opportunity to contribute by dialing the studio line when the program is on live. In sports, the Minister of Youth Development, Mr. Ayodele Olawande, and the Chairman, National Sports Commission, NSC, Madam Shehu Diko, have both commended the resilience of Nigerian women, saying that they are the beacons of hope in the country. The Minister and NSC Chairman gave the commendation when they graced the 2025 edition of the famed International Women's Day Football Tournament that took place in Abuja. The Minister said women are critical to nations building, insisting that no society can exist without women. As such, the society cannot ignore them. He said Nigeria got its first Olympics gold medal through a woman, and Falcons have won a higher number of AFCON trophies than the Super Eagles in athletics, basketball, badminton, parasport, as female teams and athletes are bringing more glory and joy to the nation. The Minister emphasized the importance of International Women's Day as 8 teams participated in the tournaments to commemorate the event, and Team FIFA are the champions, beating Team FAME 1-0 in final. Olawande noted that the federal government is ready and willing to identify those organizing grassroots programs for the youth and women in particularly towards achieving gender equality. On the foreign scene, the South Kivu province of the Democratic Republic of the Congo is grappling with a severe outbreak of monkeypox, a disease primarily transmitted through close skin-to-skin contact. According to reports, the town of Kabari, medical staff are struggling to meet the rising demand for care with limited resources and constant disruptions. However, medical staff remain dedicated to providing critical support to those affected by the disease. The ongoing war has disrupted the region's healthcare infrastructure, with an increasing number of patients fleeing conflict zones and contributing to the spread of mpox. A medical officer in Miti, Muresa, Dr. Sergei Shiukuru, highlighted the strain on the health system, saying the war in eastern parts of the country has created a dire situation for both the population and the healthcare system. In response to the worsening epidemic, the Congolese government has launched a large-scale vaccination campaign to curb the spread of mpox. As the campaign began in Kinshasa, is aimed to vaccinate more than 600 people, more than 600,000 people as part of efforts to contain the outbreak. And that ends the evening news on OSBC TV. Do join us at 7 for the major reports. Good evening.